Let's see if we could get this broken down, non-running Ford F250 with as little maintenance as possible turned into a daily driver.
We got it running. Now it's time to get it whipped into shape.
Now come with us on this journey to finish our checklist of
spark gloves and wires. Spark gloves and wires then. Spark gloves and wires. Spark plugs and wires.
There you go.
putting air in the tire.
We invite you to the wonderful world of changing oil at night.
First, with the help of my assistant.
Let's start by attaching the glass.
At least attach the grill first.
At least attach the grill first.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, move.
See you later.
Wow, that looked easy. I hope the rest of it is.
It won't be.
Not even the battery cables?
Especially not the battery cables. Yeah, do you think we could get this thing running good enough to take it to the lake for Easter Sunday?
That sounds like a great goal.
Let's see how far we get here on Project Sullivan.
And it was decided that we would change the electronic pickup in the distributor. Never having changed this particular type of distributor, we set out on an adventure. Armed with only our destination, a large amount of overconfidence, we ventured forth to tackle this endeavor. On our perilous journey, there were good times, bad times, sad times, and great times. We hope you followed us down the path of discovering how incredibly hard it is to take a 10-gear and bushing off of the 1996 Ford distributor without the proper tool. We finally came across the wizard of a parts store who proclaimed an adequate price for a new wand of distributor. After returning to our homeland with our dear Ford still laying there with the gaping hood cavity, we mounted the wand of timing. The beast awoke and once again returned to the land of the living. The road tormented again by the fierce roar of this V8 as it once traveled this land and has now returned. I know we're not in the best situation here, but our solenoid wire has seen better days, and I could notice it was flopping around. Now I don't have a tool that's good enough, or I don't have a tool to cut this. So I'm going to have to improvise a little bit, if you guys will bear with me. Cut that back to get some nice wire. Pull out my wire strippers. Up. That on there like that. That number. Well, obviously that didn't work very well. I wonder if the vice grip was front mounted. A little too tight. Go with plan C. Plan C this thing close. You know, sometimes when you ain't got the right tool, you got to improvise. And our improvising isn't working still. Super windy today, sorry about that. Got to be blowing it at least 300,000 miles per hour, it seems like. As you can see, I used what little solder I had left, but it's really not enough. I should have more, but it'll hold because it's nice and strong now. I'm going to throw a little bit of electrical tape on the end. Hopefully nothing gets in there. Well, until I find that 1/2" wrench, I can at least put this nut on. Back on the battery terminal where it was. Now I want to tighten this up, but I don't want to get it so tight that it'll never come back off again, or it breaks the solenoid.
I think that fits. Nope, that's too... Well, Gogo thinks he should be changing the oil currently.
Make sure that oil pan's under it when you get it loose. If it's loose enough, do it by hand.
I'm really hoping my oil pan's over it.
Drenched!
There it goes.
Well, you got oil on me. Does that make you feel better?
How did you get oil on yourself?
It splashed way over here.
The ball.
Don't be touching my camera.
Front of the neighbor's house.
Oh, that oil looks fresh.
I told you.
It looks as black as a black hole.
You don't want to go.
Come on. You gotta put some cojones in it.
Okay.
Here, come over here and hold the camera. You guys might be wondering why we're having a flash like this.
It's getting dark.
Strap wrench to the rescue.
How much oil is that going to drop? Like, should I move the camera?
Yeah, move it back. I'm gonna move the light to over here. Might have to start calling this the spider truck. Peter Parker been all over this thing. You know what sucks about this? It's gonna be really hard to prime that oil filter very well. I guess we don't get to.
Hurt.
Okay, there we go. Now normally we would prime our oil filter by filling it up with oil completely. We're just gonna have to do a half prime, get the gasket wet so it seals. So Logan, dip your finger in this old oil here and wipe it around
come
just
on,
that
I just
rubber
washed my
ring.
hands. Dip my finger in what?
The oil. Just get a little
And
oil
what do I
off
do?
there, wipe it around that rubber ring right there.
Okay.
Make sure there's a nice little coat on it. It's alright if it's dirty, this isn't going to get in the engine, it's just going to seal it. Alright. Okay, back up a sec, I'm going to snug it down a little. I don't know why people have to use the hand of God to tighten these things. Alright, so to make sure your oil filter doesn't come off, we're going to torque it down to 9,000 foot-pounds. You just need it hand snug. That's it. Now we need to get our drain plug back in. Now when it comes to this, you tighten it down as far as you can by hand. Once it meets up to metal, quarter turn. That is it. This also doesn't need to be at 9,000 foot-pounds of torque. Did it just meet metal?
Yeah.
So then a quarter turn. That's all it needs. You go any more than that, that's why people break their drain plugs and stuff. Alright, let's get back to the top and put our oil in. Alright, now that we've drained all the oil out, and taken off the oil filter. We put a new oil filter, re-put the drain plug back in. It's time to put more oil in this thing. Let's put our fancy dancy funnel here, nice and slow so you don't get it everywhere like that.
This is weird, dude.
That's too fast, Logan. Slow.
Let's let that funnel down.
Since you gave it an oil bath. Most people try to smoke the tires. We just smoked the engine. Dude, we're not going to have any oil left if you don't be careful.
Dude, I'm really trying, Dad.
Come on.
Are you sure you don't want to do this part?
No, you got to learn how. You're never going to learn how if you don't do it. Nice and slow. We'll have to go buy another quart probably tomorrow. I don't want to leave an oil change half done, because then if we forget to put oil, start it up tomorrow, we blow the whole engine, it's not going to be very worthwhile. So we might as well just get the thing done. Alright, Gogo. Next what we're going to do is spark plug wires and spark plugs.
Okay.
Find the first piston you want to change the spark plug wire on.
Okay.
Alright. Now, see if your spark plug... It's not going to work. You need an extension. We can't do this without an extension. Your breaker bar. Show me the breaker bar. Or... our phone's going to fall.
Oh.
The other option is we take this bad boy, put it on the socket to take it out, then throw this socket on top, since we forgot our extension. As Gogo changes these spark plugs and wires, let me explain to you why we're doing the spark plugs the way we are. It's better to teach in a way where you don't have to worry about firing order. As long as you know the engine runs, you know that if you remove one spark plug and one spark plug wire and replace that one spark plug wire and spark plug, then move on to the next one, you never have to worry about firing order. And that's exactly what we're doing. But mind you, this only works if the engine's running.
Well, it looks like with a little determination and an insane amount of luck, you two can look like...
Well, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get the truck running by this weekend. But we'll try to get it by the next video.
Well, it looks like we have run out of time for this week's program.
Make sure you stick around for next week's episode of Project Sullivan. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
At this point, she has to start doing the robot dance.
If interested in seeing how we got this truck running, and it died, and then running again, check out these two episodes of Project Sullivan, right here and here. Here.
And somewhere.
Somewhere. Maybe here.
Everywhere!